Testing 1 2. All right, let's get into it. First, we'll go over here and look at our wrong. First, we'll go over here and look at our scans. This month is looking good. We took one trade on Friday, and it was pretty good. UAVS. Or not one trade. We traded one ticker on Friday. I took 3 trades on it. Let's jump over here to our micros. Here. All right. But yeah, the micros, we got RDHL and we got TPET. And then for the non-micros, we have DVLT and Orbs. It's like they've been receiving a little bit of volume. Further down the list, we have USEG, which is I know is an energy stock. And one of the things we know that happened over the weekend on January 3rd is that Venezuela, the bombing of Venezuela and the capture of the Venezuelan president. So we know there's a lot of oil circulation, a lot of energy circulation, and we also have to see how the BRICS, the group or organization that the Venezuela is a part of, is going to respond to this. I saw a couple of news articles talking about that they disapproved of the actions of the U.S., and what they did in capturing their president. So we'll have to see how that plays out this week. And if we look through, let's just go through some of these. So RDHL, this is Red Hill, multiple GI indications. So gastrointestinal medications or whatnot. I'm not sure how hype that's going to be. That is not on topic on what we've been seeing. Good morning, Hebrew. That is not on topic of what we've been seeing. We have been seeing some biotechs go, but right now I don't know if people are going to be super duper focused on the biotechs with the U.S. Army getting active and all of that. So we'll see. Let me turn my brightness up. Okay. Let's go and look into RDHL. It's only up 30%. It does have less volume than DLV, which is a non-micro, but it looks like it's a couple of ticks. Let's go over here and look real quick. Yep, so that's on the front page, Trump's Venezuela, whatever profile. And we've still been following the same rules, avoiding all Chinese and all Israeli stocks. Pretty much looking for things that are getting over 75 cents, that have at least 1 million shares traded and a good catalyst. We're looking for a trade. We're trying to trade irrational moves. So let's say if something has a relatively good catalyst, but it's going down, right? It's like, wait a minute, this thing has a good catalyst, but it's going down. How much further down is it going to go on this idea? And how do we verify how to enter that idea during its irrational phase so we can get that rational move up and take profit? All right, so let's look over here. Red Hill Biopharma, specialty biopharmaceutical, blah blah blah. It is out of Israel. So Tel Aviv, Israel. I can stop right there. So all Chinese and Israeli stocks cutting out. Go and put that note on the chart. And like I said last week, the thing that I'm trying to do is focus on not so much trading perfectly, but avoiding the bad trades. The things in my statistics that have been the things that have cost me money, that's what I'm avoiding. So yeah. But yeah, getting that notated. So that is the Israeli stock, so I'm gonna stop there. All right, let's continue to look on to the non-micros. We got, oh, EVLT, why are you up? 13 million shares, but the chart kind of looks nasty there. Went up to 138. Does it have a catalyst? It does have a little bit of catalyst. It says data vault to acquire. So that's an acquisition. I'm gonna go ahead and notate that. I'm already done with that. So T acquisition. Not touching that one. Okay, next. Orbs, ORBS. It says Bitcoin price jumps. What's driving crypto's strong start? But that has nothing to do with orbs. So, not sure why that news is on orbs. So, no fresh news on orbs. SIDU is the next one. SIDU. No fresh catalyst that I'm seeing on SIDU. USEG. No fresh news. It's just kind of bumped up on the sentiment of oil and energy, but no fresh news on it. UFG. Let's see. Same thing, no fresh news, just on that sentiment of the sector. Intel, man, I did not want to see this continue going up. I really wanted to see this one fall some more so I could buy some, but oh well. But I've been buying other dividend stocks and stuff like that. But Intel, man, I did not want to see that gap up over 40. Nvidia also crawling its way up as well. And ALT, what are you? Up 17%. It has a little bit of news on today. Altimmune receives FDA breakthrough therapy designation for some kind of, I don't even know how to say that word. Let's go look into ALT. Gee. Okay, so profile, it says that it is out of Gaithersburg, Maryland. Altimmune Inc., a clinical stage biopharmaceutical company, focuses on developing treatments for obesity, metabolic, and liver diseases. Its lead product candidate is Pemvidid. I don't even know. All right, so dual receptor agonist, which is a phase 3 for the treatment of obesity, metabolic association. The company was founded in 1997 and is headquartered in Gaithersburg, Maryland. Has 59 employees and is health and biotech. Okay, so it is not Israeli. Look at that news and the float and all of that stuff. Float, oh boy, that's a big float. Okay, so float is 103.57 million shares outstanding. So this is a very large float. As far as institution, this is going to be a choppy one. Look how big that institutional holding is. Got to be careful on those. It's gonna be very choppy. They have a lot of control. Let me first of all, well, I'll notate it and then notate the red flags here. So one, very large float. Copy that. Okay. The next thing, go out here to the news, because just because it has a large float doesn't mean it's not going to do anything on the day. So we want to see that catalyst too. So this is 25 minutes ago. It received an FDA breakthrough therapy designation. So a designation. and it is phase 3, so it is on an ending phase. Alignment on phase 3 registrational trial parameters confirmed following receipt of minutes from end of phase 2 meeting with the U.S. FDA. It's okay news, but I think it's more of a red flag than not. Let's go ahead and notate that up. Let's see 2 red flags off the rip. One is, obesity really, I mean, the market has to really have no topics at all for obesity to do very well. So obesity and metabolic liver diseases. So metabolic liver. Out of Maryland. Maryland. So it is a United States based medical stock. And the other red flag was it was high float and high institutional holding. So red flag, high float, and high institutional holding. Okay. All right, so there are our notes. Let me activate this. Yeah. So first thing I see when I flip out here. So this is how I think about it. Later on in the day when I come out here, let's say this thing is looking super bullish and I'm feeling myself, right? Well, I have my notes out here to easily identify the red flags, easily tell me what the news was, because I know in a couple minutes, let's say if I get on a call or something this morning, I'm gonna forget. I'm gonna be like, man, what was this about? Oh, okay. So putting the notes on the chart has helped me significantly in turning the curve of my equity. And so not having these, I mean, it's almost like coming back in. I know I've seen it, but I don't know exactly what was going on with it, and I end up trying to trade it and get killed. So that's why I really, really try to get those notes out there and get my documentation visible. All right. ALT, let's look through the rest of this. We got UFG, that's only up 11. NVIDIA, that one already. ASST. Not seeing anything else with live catalyst or fresh catalyst rather. All right, so let's look at the trade from Friday. So Friday we started off the trade. I took 3 trades. My first trade was on all 3 of them were on UAVS. They came out with military news. Now I did not know on Saturday they would be bombing Venezuela. But they purchased some drones from a company. Now, one of the red flags that I saw with that was that they didn't actually give a monetary value for the drones, but they did describe what the drones did, and it was mapping and geospatial analysis. So I was like, let's just see what's going on with them. And they had a whole bunch of interest on Friday as well, and I was like, something's weird about this. So I took 3 trades. The first trade was $142. The second trade was $100. The third trade was $89. So that was my first trades of the year on the first day of the first trading day of the year. So that's where I'm sitting right there. So we'll see how today goes. But right now, I'm not seeing any fresh catalysts, and I'm not seeing anything without the red flags. So of course, like I said, trying to avoid the bad trades and just stick to the things that make sense and try to get in on an irrational move to get that forward move. And that's the same thing with playing the backside on some of these stocks. Sometimes I get into something that's weak, or get into something that I like the irrational move that it's making, but the news makes sense for it to be going down. And so I'm like, okay, if I get into this, I need to be ready to sell because the chances that this is going to go down on me are very high. ALT jumping up there. Apparently, I had some old daily chart levels up here that it is running at. It's 451. I really didn't even look at the daily on it. T-Pet, what you got going on over here? T-Pet, this is petroleum as well, up 10%. Let's go look at T-Pet. Trio Petroleum. Got 6 million shares traded. It is out of Bakersfield, California. Now, it is on the micro caps, but it is 88 cents. I got to make sure that this is... Oh, it announces a strategic acquisition of cash flow positive producing or production in Saskatchewan and highlights multilateral opportunities in north half of section. Okay, so that's acquisition. That I don't like that keyword. Let's just throw that out there just to remember that acquisition. Okay. And it's only got 6 million shares traded, but that acquisition word is kind of throwing me off. Okay. And UAVS, the one that I traded on this day, I pretty much just looked for the uptrend and it never did break down that uptrend. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna keep mine off this uptrend wherever it is. Okay, right here. This is Friday. I saw it come down here, make this low at $1. Came back and kind of squiggled around. Came back here to $1 again. And I ended up entering here 10, I think it's 104. And it went up here to 111 and I took my profit, came back down. I did not take this second trade. I kind of wish I did. That would have been probably another little good bit off of the 104s. But I did, after I saw this little buying pop, up here, I did not buy this buying pop. I waited. It came back down here to the trend. And this is where I was buying. I was looking for a trend inside of a trend, which we got. And I was buying in here. And then it got this big run up here. Took my profit into the ATRs. And then the last trade came up here. Let me see. Last trade. Played around here. Got this pop. I waited till it came down here. And I was looking for it to hold up. This 117 was my stop. And I got in somewhere in the 121, 120 area. And it popped one more time for me up to 128s. So that was the trades for that. That was 3 trades. Okay. But for today, no fresh catalyst that I'm seeing. We got an Israeli stock on RDHL and then T-Pet with no real fresh news on an acquisition that is kind of not the greatest. Okay. Word. We have passed the top of the hour, and we have about hour 30 or something to the open. I don't know. Intel and Nvidia might actually lead the day with them moving up so much. They both have 2 million shares traded in pre-market. A lot of times when those larger floats are keeping up or moving on up during pre-market, they might actually end up taking off. I don't know if they're gonna take off up or down, but yeah, they start reaching 5 million or so to the open. I would definitely look at them as contenders on the day to steal attention. stocks that really struggle to hold up 10%, they already kind of tell you what they're trying to do and that they're not really going to be explosive on the day. And so as they're going under 10, especially if you're trying to trade things that are going to rip more, you really want them to be strongly getting away from that 10% and be getting up to 20% and kind of showing some speed to the top. Um, and you know, sometimes being thickly traded is a bad thing, but if it's got motion and it's thickly traded, it's getting a lot of trades, that means there's probably some type of imbalance and there's orders being filled to the upside or downside at a super fast rate. So we like thickly traded on big motion, like that momentum thickness. But if it's just sitting still in consolidation, it's got like 5 million shares just in that consolidation. It depends on the catalyst then. What reasoning does it have to go up or down from that consolidation? Which is kind of what was happening on UAVS on Friday. It will sit there, consolidate, kind of barcode, and but the reasoning, the US catalyst was the reason that I kept getting into it, because it was following an uptrend. It will consolidate, follow the uptrend, consolidate, and I was like, all right, y'all want to play like this? Let's go. Let's go. All right, let me go over here to the news real quick. Any updates have come out? All right, so a lot of things talking about oil today. Now, one thing that I've learned in small caps is the oil stocks in small caps are treacherous. Oil stocks in small caps like INDO, HUSA, and some of those other ones are very treacherous, especially if they don't have direct connections to whatever is going on in the oil market or energy market. They can give you opportunities, but a lot of times they're, you really gotta be either a true momentum person where you're just taking profits every time it goes up, because they can make some huge moves back to the downside. So I would be very careful on small cap oils, and I would preferably go to large cap oil stocks to see what they're doing rather than small caps, because they can be very very treacherous. Let's see. Chevron, U.S. oil majors rally after Trump's Venezuela vow. Why this environment is right for active investing. Rubio seizes chance to remake Latin America and Venezuela gambit. Um, Mobile Eye secures chip deal with big U.S. automaker. Shares jump. TSMC shares jump most since April after Goldman lifts target. Bitcoin rises to 3-week high. CES, what to expect from the tech industry's biggest show. Oh, they L3 Harris sells 6% stake in space propulsion business for 845 million. Gold and dollar rise on Venezuela as AI fuels stocks. Luminar claims founder Austin Russell is dodging a subpoena in the bankruptcy case. Okay. US is losing its battle to break up big tech. Losing its battle? I'm not sure about that. Five economic themes of 2025. Energy stocks may still do well in 2026. So a lot of energy and oil kind of sprinkled in here all around. Palantir Bull. Okay. All right. And most of these articles are speculation, so it's not something that's actually happening today. I'm looking for fresh news, something that's actually happening today. JCSE, what are you? You popped up here very quickly and gave back what you had. It says JE Cleantech Holdings Limited announces declaration of cash dividend. It's doing a cash dividend of 44 cents per share, and it is a Singapore Asian stock. It's like JS JCSE. Let me look at what this is. Up 16%, 3 million shares traded. Is this an Asian stock? Founded, yeah, Singapore-based stock. JE Cleantech Holdings Limited, an investment holding company that designs, develops, manufactures, and sells cleaning systems for various industrial end-use applications in Singapore, Malaysia, and internationally. Company provides various cleaning systems. Cleaning. All right, it's just cleaning. Founded in 1999, headquartered in Singapore. All right, so let's see. It's got 95 employees. It's industrials. Let me test and see if it's blocked first. Okay. It's blocked. All right. No reason to even look that hard into it. It's blocked. On JCSE. Let's go ahead and add a little note. Singapore. Block trading. Blocked. All right. Okay, but it is a micro. Let me just look at the float, just in case someone does have access to actually trade it. So the float is 1.81 million, heavily held by insiders. So we're gonna probably see a good amount of volatility if this thing does go or whatnot, but I would be very careful on it if you do have access, because it's gonna be missing the volume from TOS. Let's go ahead and notate this. Very low float. Keep it American and make profits. Yep. Oh, that's been the game plan for sure. Well, sometimes, but definitely not China and Israel. Those have been killers of the account. Killers of the account. And so let's go back over here to Israel TPET acquisition, JS, whatever, not tradable on TOS, DVLT, Orbs, Saidu, SCG. Yeah, so for the most part, the focus is on things with red flags, acquisitions, and things without fresh catalysts. So, I think there's definitely some room for improvement on these catalysts. Good thing is we got a full week of trading, so that's good. Got plenty of time on the clock. No reason to kill it on a day that there is nothing. Nvidia continues to stack up. Let's see, Intel right at that ATR high up there. Is Nvidia over its ATR high? It might be. Maybe not though. It's a bigger one. Its ATR high is way up here. 194s. Its ATR low is way down here. 183s. So big old gap there that is playing within. But yeah, beginning of the year has been pretty good. We're already up green, and just looking to continue to play elimination and play defense. I always wonder, when I hear people say that they get aggressive with the market, what does that actually mean? Does that mean that you're taking more trades? Does that mean that you're taking lower quality trades? What does aggressive with the market mean? What does aggressive with the market mean? Does it mean like you are taking things that are just more not really fresh catalyst or sentiment? I guess it could be different from all or different for each and every trader when they say they're gonna get aggressive in this market, right? It's like, okay, what does that mean? You just going out and putting your football helmet on and just running out there, or what does that mean? Oh, buy bigger positions. Okay, so a sizing adjustment. Hmm. And that makes sense. Sizing adjustment, but you have some people that say, "Yeah, I'm gonna get aggressive in the market. I'm just gonna take more trades. I'm gonna increase my quantity." But if you're increasing the quantity, you gotta be decreasing the quality. You gotta be. No matter how good you are, how many factories you have spitting out this product, you gotta be decreasing the quality if you're not spending as much time and detail on each thing. So sizing is probably the best answer. You're changing the size, but still looking for those A+ setups. VRME just popped up there. What is this? VRME, verify me. Verify me and token economy leader. Open World announces plan for strategic merger. So another red flag. So this is a merger. Let me go look into this and see what is going on in this merger for VRME. It's up 17%, just hit 1 million shares traded. Let's see. Me verify me. Okay. Verify me offers brand protection and precision logistics solutions. The company operates through two segments: precision logistics and authentication. And precision logistics segment offers predictive analytics for optimizing delivery of time and temperature sensitive perishable products. The segment provides PeriTrack, customer dashboard, and integrated web portal tool to give or that gives its customers a in-depth look at their shipping activities based on real-time data. It offers service center, pre-transit, post-delivery, blah blah. Okay, all right. So it's out of Maryland, Florida. It's a U.S. base, but I'm not sure if shipping is the move on today. It has 40 employees. It is industrials, security and protection services. Let's go to the statistics. Float is 9.76 million. Higher holdings by insiders than institutions. I'm just not sure about shipping. Let's. What? Fresh news. It said on TOS. I'm seeing a press release. Oh, a press release. Let's go to. Last press release is a month ago. Not sure about that. Okay, so over here on my TOS, I'm seeing a press release that these two are doing a strategic merger, but I'm not seeing that on other side. They did a letter of intent. Letter of intent. A lot of red flag language right there. I'm good on this one. VRME. So we got a merger with a letter of intent, possibly, but I'm not seeing it on the other source. Let's go ahead, edit this. All right, so we'll keep that up there. Look at this. This is the Asian stock. Remember, it's block trading on TOS, but it's starting to gain. And if this is gonna be the leader, I'm okay with not doing anything today. If JCSE is going to be the leader. Had a top up here 158, popped up here from 120 up here to 149. But yeah, 5 million shares traded. Definitely walking down T-Pet. T-Pet is only 7 million shares traded, but no motion. It's about to be number 2 in the micros. Up 34%. It's still got to catch up with DVLT, which has 26 million, and then Orbs. We'll see how fast it could do all of that. But it is the most bullish looking stock right now. Always the Asian stocks, man. They start coming up and you're like, man, I just got to find something else. It's got to be something else. But if it's not, just chill, bro. Lay back and chill. Let it do its thing, man. Let everybody get their emotions riled up on this one. And then when you come in and do a common sense play, they'll stop out early. You know how people be like, oh man, it stopped me out and kept going. Well, let it stop them out on a common sense play. And you ride for the higher highs, you know? They're already emotionally flustered trying to trade this Asian stock. Even if it's going to be the number one, because you know Asian stocks are kind of unpredictable. Mess around and jump to the moon on Monday morning. Everybody's like, oh man, this market's hot. No, that was just an Asian stock. It's still cold, buddy. Good morning, Danielle. So let's just look at the daily chart on this one. See where it can fall. Daily chart, we can see some big pullbacks. Look at that. Daily chart explains more about this storyline than most of these pullbacks, giving back all that profit. So right now, the top side of this was 159, and let's go ahead and look at this as a possible fall point, 159, peak level, daily level. Oh, wow, it's going right up to 159, bro. I literally, bro, it didn't even let me finish. Okay, all right. Well, 158, so now it's got a high up here of 173. That's what I was saying. If this one wants to lead, I'm hands off. I'm cool. Appreciate you for letting me know that this is the attitude that you want to have on the day. Of 54%, almost 7 million shares traded. And top side was 173 there. And so this is going to be an unpredictable one. I don't even think this 173 is safe. It could easily get knocked out. We can see the volume coming in here. Point of control is still down here, 143 though. But yeah, this is looking like it's going to end up being unpredictable. So be careful if you do have access to trade it. 7 million shares is walking down T-Pet. About to become number 2 in the micro floats. That's what we want to do. We want to identify where are the people today. Does what the people doing? Is it making sense? $73. Let's see you go ahead and push that top. We know you want to. Go ahead and be as unpredictable as possible. Go ahead and push that top. Go ahead, big boy. There you go. All right, so it is now number 2 in the micro floats. Here's our micro float scan. It's past TPET and VRME. This is where the majority of people are, and it's trying to catch up with RDHL. As far as a non-micros, so it's not quite up to these top 4. USCG, SIDU, Orbs. Still trying to catch up with these. Coming back down to that area we just marked, which was the 158. Look for the next level, 175. I will hit daily level. And I'll duplicate. So this 158 is where it's checking in. That was the peak daily level. And I'll duplicate this up here to the next peak. Looks to be 175-ish area. And then beyond that, maybe a 208. But this, all of this, whoops. I meant to duplicate that. All of this movement is irrational to the upside. The catalyst doesn't really go with this move. So we'll see how high it wants to go. That's the next level, 173, and then the next level up there at 207. No clear uptrend or downtrends right now. 8 million going towards 10 million shares traded. Point of control just moved. Well, it did move up right up there to the 175, and the next level is up there to 207. See what it wants to do. Stopped right there on our last little place. Okay. Going back down. Let's see if it'll stay above that 158, or does it want to give everything up? Tapping the 158 again. And this is that uncertainty. It's rushing back to that place of where it was some certainty there, and they're just not sure. They're trading off this level of 158. They're just not sure. But I know that they're apparently they're looking at the same thing I'm looking at. Because this big sell-off is just not for no reason. It came at this daily level at 176. Let's see if it gets back up over this level of the 158, starts to hold it again. And they're just trading uncertainty right now. It does have 10 million shares traded now, working its way up towards the top of the list on both lists. Definitely trading some uncertainty. The point of control right now is at the 162. It just needs to hold this 159 and get back over that 162. But no clean downtrend or uptrends right now. Back over this level up here, 158. You're not done, are you? Giving up the ghost already? Maybe. 150 level. $11 million shares traded. It's about to pass Saidu with 12 million. So it's about to become number 4 on the day. In volume. Let's look at the ones that are above it. Saidu, one. Saidu moving up as well, but no fresh, or wait. Saidu Space appoints aerospace executive Kelly Windling or Kel Windling to board of directors. That's their catalyst. So super weak catalyst on that one, and that's the number 3. And then Orbs, it's got Bitcoin. It's talking about Bitcoin, but Orbs is not. It's nothing directed to Orbs. And then DVLT only acquisition. JS whatever acting like an Asian stock. So if you were to buy the breakout on this one, boy, you got cooked. 176 back down here. Now let's say if you were taking 2,500 shares, right, on this almost 25-cent drop, you are cooked. You got into a bad trade and you're getting cooked. The problem is, if you don't know this is a bad trade, you can hold and say, well, it'll go back up, and it may go back up, but we don't know that. And the catalyst behind it, a cleaning services and a declaration of a cash dividend, is not certain, not too certain. But this is Asian stock, so we can't completely say, oh, it's just dead. Another one popping up, MNTS, if y'all are seeing this one. Momentous, Momentous develops additive manufactured fuel tank with strategic partner Velo 3D to be flight tested on Volgograd 7 mission. So this is space and military kind of base. So let's go ahead and add this one's $8.45. It did get over the ATR high, started down here at 637, but has no true structure yet. So hit a high up here of 906, and the point of control is at 827. This one looks pretty bullish. Just now reaching up to just 2 million shares now. And let's go look at the daily chart on this one, and then we'll look into some of the news as well. I had a note down there somewhere. Sector industrial. Let me see what this note's talking about. Oh, I already got it notated. Look at there. Okay, so this one, aerospace defense. I'm gonna go and check and see if any of this has changed. These shares outstanding or whatnot. Let me go in and check this. Where is it trading at? $8. Oh, $8 all the way up here. So there's a gap here that it's trading right below. $8.50 something cents. And take it up here. Seeing it. Seeing my notes. Okay. It is what it is. I will. I don't know. I'll just copy the note, I guess. Edit note and copy all of that, and see if there's any changes here from what we saw last time. We saw, ooh, that thing's blowing up. Okay, that one's moving. MNTS is definitely moving. We're going to continue to research it as the structure builds. All right, let me go ahead and notate this out here. Industry, aerospace, defense. Now remember, on Friday it was U.S. Army and Army. So this one is on sector. It is on topic. Look into this MENTS. That thing is moving though, but it just doesn't have any clear structure. Let's go ahead and mark up the daily chart while we got time too. So right now, the high up here, or what are my levels? Oh, I forgot to say this. Right now the gap starts at 1084. Okay, so I need to clear the rest of this. You know what? I'm not even gonna worry about that. I'm just gonna mark it up. So we have the bottom of the gap here at 1084. I will put on here daily gap or low daily gap. Low daily gap level. Okay. And the higher portion of this daily gap level is all the way back up here to 14. I don't know if we could do that, but it's on topic, so I don't know. We'll see what it wants to do back up here. I will duplicate this. This is definitely one that I've seen before. I don't know if I actually traded it, but seen it before. I'll go and check my notes and see if I traded it before. It's the higher daily gap. Okay. And beyond that, 1842, I'm not sure if it'll go all the way up there, but if it starts to move into this range of the gap, then it could be interesting. Let's go back over here. So it hit a high of 950 and still just working on getting structure right now. Clean up some of this over here. Well, I know it had to be a while ago because my notes over here are still red. So move that. Let's go look into what's going on with this company. MNTS. 4 million share. Yeah, it's running up the board. Catching up pretty quick. Out of California, San Jose, California, Momentous Inc. operates as a commercial space company in the United States. The company offers satellite buses, satellite technologies, including solar array and transportation and infrastructure services, such as space transportation, hosted payloads, and other in-orbit services to enable the commercialization of space. It serves satellite operators. The company was based in San Jose, California. Doesn't have any kind of employees, but it's just industrials and aerospace and defense. Let's go look at the float on MNTS. It came up on the micro float, so let's see how micro it is. All right, so the float is 1.34 million. Not super heavy on the insiders or the institution, so this one can be very volatile. We'll have to see who wants to take control, who wants to buy it up, but not a lot of control in here. Could be we'll have to see how thickly traded it gets. But yeah, let me notate that. No real control on either side there, but interesting. Go ahead and I already had that. Let me see, does it the same? Almost the same. Not really though. Last time we saw it, shares outstanding was 24. Did they do a reverse split or something? Because I see their shares outstanding is 24 million from the past, so it's changed. And the float is way lower. It was 23 million in the past, so lower float. I don't know if they did a reverse split or what. I'm gonna have to look into this, see what they got going on over here as they're working on their structure. I will save that so that updated. Activate that. And so this one is the most interesting one that we've pretty much seen this morning. It's up 38% with 4 million shares traded, working its way up the scans, but still has not taken out any of the other micro floats. All the other micro floats have more. It is catching up with VRME though. Let me go and check out reverse splits on this one. Has MNTS done any? MNTS formed any reverse? First stock split, they did one. Oh, okay. So they did Momentous Inc. They did one in 2023. They did one in 2024, and they did one December 17th last month. That's why the outstanding shares and all that changed. They did a reverse split. Okay. That is why. So recent reverse split December 17th, 2025. Let me edit these notes. Recent first split December 17th, 2025. Okay. So that changed, and I don't know if they actually ended up diluting the stock doing that. Let's see, they did a 1 for 17. Oh yeah, they diluted it. So they went from, they reduced the outstanding shares from 25 million to 1.4 million for 1 for 17. Okay, so for every 17 shares you had, you got 1. Or is it, am I saying that right? Ratio 1 for 17.85. Whatever it is, they did a reverse split. Okay. So that one's $8.14. The ATR on this one is $2. Ooh, I don't know. The ATR is kind of high. $2. Yeah, they messed up with their reverse split. ATR is $2.06 out there. Yeah. Is it possible for it to move $2.06 during the open? I'm not sure. 5 million shares. So it hit a high up here of MN, or not MNTS. It hit a high up here of 950. We still don't have a clean down or uptrend. So just sitting and waiting. VRME, what you got going on? Oh, this is the merger and the letter of intent on VRME coming up to $1. 9 million shares traded, but it's a merger and letter of intent, so not super exciting. If we look out here on the daily chart, we can see that it's given back quite a bit multiple times, so I'll be very careful on this merger, letter of intent on VRME. It is on the micro float scanner, so let's go back to the micro float. So we got RDHL 17 million, JSC, which is the Asian stock that's not tradable on TOS. We have VRME, just tried to go up, or it passed $1 for just a minute. That's the Verify Me. It's a merger and letter of intent. TPET is an acquisition, and then MNTS is down there. Did a recent reverse split, and that's probably why it's not getting as much volume as everything else. It's still on the bottom side of the list here. Then on the non-micros, we have Nvidia, Intel still up here, but they're kind of falling off as well. I don't know why they keep trading this acquisition stock, this DVLT. Not understanding that one with 28 million shares. But if it's going to be a leader on the day, that's cool. That's just telling me to sit on my hands and chill out. Orbs. Saidu. The CG. So yeah, that's what the day is telling me right now. Just, hey, wait for structure. Wait for something that makes sense. Wait for something that's not super diluted like MNTS. No clean structure. Got this bottom down here of 787. We'll see if it just consolidates. It's right above this ATR high. But that structure is the thing that's kind of throwing me off. One thing about those that are just popping up, it's just hard to jump into them for me because mine is, I like to see a clear trend that makes sense on a clear catalyst. RME 10. Okay, so a lot of these falling under 20% down here on the non-micros. Not really rising like we want. Going back towards that 10% that we were talking about earlier. This is the first little peak, but it's still a little steep here at this 880 for a full turnaround. Bottom side 780. 6 million shares traded, still hasn't taken out anybody else. It's still at the bottom of the list. Point of control at 827s. All right. Well, I'm about to get ready for my morning meeting. Pretty much have came and seen, and I found red flags on most of the things that I liked. I saw things that were bullish, like MNTS, and I was like, wait a minute, why is this? What's going on here? Because I saw my old notes on it, and it was like, 23 million in the float, and then all of a sudden it's 1.4 million. Reverse split last month, so definitely some dilution going on. And I think people are kind of avoiding it. I see it's getting volume, but it's not getting, a high amount. Like if it didn't have a reverse split, I bet it would have way more volume than this. Being a space and in a space defense stock. So it's coming up here to 887. And I'll just continue to I'll come back and see what it's doing. But as for now, I'm just going to kind of be sitting back and looking for what these structures want to build out. If they want to drop through the floor, cool. I'm okay with that. I'm surprised we're not seeing more small cap bullishness on the oil and energy stocks though. That's what I was expecting to see this morning, especially after Friday. Actually, let me add that to my notes. So on December 23rd, I made a note that said space, military, and defense, and then we got the move on Friday, which was, that was a couple days after Trump catalyst, blah blah blah. But now we have another kind of catalyst with the oil. We got military. Oh boy, I can't spell. Military, oil, defense would be military, defense, oil, like that. See if we'll find anything that's along those lines. At the president capture. Sure. Other things we have coming up, we also have healthcare. So they're going to be trying to decide on what to do with the healthcare this month. So maybe that gets kicked up. Here, but that's kind of on the back burner. What else did they have? We have midterm elections, we have taxes, we have these promises about refunds and all that, but that's later on in the year. So for right now, military, defense, oil, healthcare. We'll see what ends up lining up with that. We'll be looking for more topics. If a bigger topic comes out, then I will notate that as well. MNTS jumping back up there to the highs. Still no clear structure. It's a double top. 948. It has 8 million shares. Now it's about to pass up TPET. We look out here on the micros. TPET has 8 million. It's about to pass it up. And we'll see if it can actually start to catch some of these other ones. BRME back at $1 as well. So it's got some competition up here for sure. Got some competition. All right, but yeah, I'm about to jump. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. We pretty much looked at what we need to look at. I need to, on MNTS, I need to see structure. I need to see clear structure. I'm not gonna risk that TPET went all the way under all the way back under. It's not even up 10%. BRME slowing down as well at that 13 mil. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and jump, take care of some business here on a Monday morning, and come back and circle back around to MNTS and see what it's doing. I will update you guys in the Discord. Discord is free. The link should have been. Oh, it hasn't been dropped. Oh man, gotta go get this Discord link. Or actually, no, it's in the description. It's in the description. Yeah, tripping. But yeah, Discord is free. We continue conversations over there during the day. And never know what may occur today. But it is Monday morning. No reason to just be throwing money at the market if you don't have a reason. Our VRM went up to 112. Yeah, it's a lot of these that are moving. These verify me's and all this 58%. Just not sure about that. All right, yeah, I gotta get out of here though. Appreciate y'all once again, and as always, see y'all in the next one. Peace. Wait, let me read these chats. Let me see. VRM Donnell says VRM, a technology solutions provider, provides products to connect brands and customers. Yeah, yeah. It's hard. It's hard out here for a real one. Seeing that these little cheap ones are leading the day when we got something like MNTS that has the ability, or it should have the ability to move like big, but it's getting overshadowed. But yeah, let's go ahead and cut out. See what we want to do. I think I'm just gonna chill. So I'm gonna do chill.